I am representing the Office of Partnerships today, and our office is really working to help facilitate a really wonderful student experience when you are at CCS. We are responsible for overseeing a lot of the industry engagement with students in the classroom. We are also supporting for-credit internships and not-for-credit internships, and opportunities for you to engage with industry through various activities. So we are a resource for the students. I'm gonna go to the next slide. Sorry, my mouse is not working. Go to the next slide. Sorry, 1 second. Technical difficulties. So our mission is really to engage employers and external partners in our programs. And that happens in a couple of different ways, like I just mentioned. We are responsible for overseeing curricular experiential learning at CCS, which is hands-on learning in the classroom or in a professional setting. We're also responsible for career development, so supporting students as they develop their career plan post-graduation. And that includes the development of different assets like cover letters, resumes, reels if you're a film student, and also the development of your online profile for your hopeful opportunities to connect with industry through Handshake. We also develop all of the industry relationships to support full-time positions and internships, as well as sponsor projects, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about. And we work very closely with the DEI office on different initiatives as well. So I know I just spoke briefly about curricular experiential learning, but as you can see with this description, we have quite a few different ways in which we offer curricular experiential learning. Don Tusky, the president of CCS, its mission is that 100% of the students will have some type of curricular experiential learning while they're at CCS. So it is a personal mission of mine and a mission of our office to make sure that every student, we hope, will have either an experience through the classroom projects, so that's a sponsored project, which I'll talk about, or an internship at one point in their time at CCS. So, sorry, I'm having trouble with my mouse. Just use this. So, sponsored projects. We work very closely with industry on sponsored projects. I would say we hope that this differentiates us from other schools. We try to run between 12 and 15 of these types of projects every single semester across all disciplines. So it's not just limited to design. We have industry professionals coming into the classroom, working directly with students, partnering up with faculty on really exciting project briefs. And this happens over the course of an entire semester. So our office, the Office of Partnerships, helps to administer these projects. And as I mentioned, they take place over a course of 15 weeks. The project partners will come in and they will work directly with students in the classroom. So there's typically 4 to 5 visits with this partner, and it gives the students an opportunity to get professional experience in the classroom. And also, as I like to tell the students, it's sort of like a 15-week interview, because what we would love to see happen is that at the end of these types of projects, that the partners will take some students on as interns. So that happens pretty frequently. There's also funding involved with this. So the partners are very generous and offer us financial resources to support these projects. And the funding helps the students to execute their final deliverables. So that could be, the development of an animation. It could be a model that's a physical model. We have run the gamut of all the different types of deliverables you can have for a project. We also support field trips, going out and seeing where these companies are, or supporting research. And then we are hopeful that we can also provide scholarships with this funding. At the very end, you will have a real world deliverable in your portfolio, which is really helpful when you're talking with industry about jobs or internships. And so just a couple of statistics you can see here. Over 2,000 students have participated. We've had over 220 projects since 2014, which is incredible. And then we've been able to offer through these projects $700,000 in scholarships. So they are really rewarding. We're always looking to expand this program, to bring in new partners that are interested in working with our students. So I just wanted to quickly talk a little bit about a few of the projects that we've done. So one that I'd like to highlight is a project with Mend on the Move, which is a nonprofit organization in Detroit, and they partnered with the Craft and Material Studies students recently, giving them some materials that they had from the various OEMs in the community to create these handcrafted real world objects. So jewelry pieces, which were wonderful. We've worked very closely with Zenith, which is a company owned by the Rock family of companies, and they create athletic wear for middle school and high school students, I think also elementary. And this partnership has been really amazing because when they first came to CCS, they only had one part-time designer. And through the evolution of our partnership together, they had hired, I think, 6 of our students to become their design team. So we've been very fortunate in that partnership. And I do have a quick video I was hoping to show, so I'll play that now. Just let me know if you can hear it. Can you hear this?
Yeah, we can hear it. Thanks, Shannon.
Wonderful.
We could hear it. Now it stopped.
It stopped.
The sound stopped.
Okay, just let me fix the sharing settings. 1 second. Was everyone able to hear that?
I believe so.
Yep. Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure. So that was a really cool project that we did. As I mentioned, we've done quite a few projects with Zenith. This one was between our advertising department and our product design department. And they were challenged to think outside of their traditional sports that Zenith typically will create product for and branch into new potential sports. And then the advertising students were building an entire 360 campaign around what those product design students were designing. So it was super exciting. The students made that video to kind of capture the entire process that they went through throughout that project. So we're going to go to the next slide. Mouse would work. Apologies. Another project that we've done recently was with Unity, which is a video game software company. And we worked really closely with their team to develop a project between transportation design and our entertainment art students. So they challenged the students in transportation design to develop a new vehicle, and the entertainment art students actually created an environment in which this vehicle could exist. So I do have a video. example of a final presentation product that you would see at the end of a sponsored project. So we presented this to Unity. They had a big staff of people that then provided feedback to the student. Lastly, I just wanted to share a project from Eileen Fisher, which was all around sustainable materials. It brought together students from color material design and also fashion accessories design to rethink recycled materials provided by Eileen Fisher. And the really fun thing about this project was we actually sent the students to New York to go to one of their factories to actually see how the material was brought together. So this is the last video. I will show it now. Where did it go? Why did that happen? I'm sorry.
We often work in collaboration at CCS in interdisciplinary projects. This one involved two departments, color materials design and fashion accessories design.
The goal of the project was to take this new material innovation that Eileen Fisher is working with and see what can we create with this wonderful sustainable material. Eileen Fisher is a North American apparel company. It is the absolute leader in sustainable thinking and sustainable way of delivering a product. The material that we ended up using was a type of felt, and what happens is that Eileen Fisher invites clients to turn their used clothes in, and the materials then broken down and put in through this great huge needle felting machine, and then in the end the material is ready to be used for something else and a new kind of a project.
So this was very interesting because the students saw the process in the factory. They were able to see how colors were selected.
We had a chance to see how it went from the actual receiving of the materials into the material that we get to work with.
The students were given a range of felt blankets in a spectrum of different colors. Working with Aki, we gave the students the opportunity to decide how they wanted to use that fabric. The students designed artifacts, shoes, handbags, belts, and a range of other accessories. Other students chose to work with manipulating the fabric, recutting it, designing new seam constructions, designing combinations, relationships.
It was just an incredible learning experience that you can actually have a business model that works, that sustainability should be in the core of everything. That was like the biggest takeaway for the students, in my opinion.
The collaboration with Eileen Fisher was just terrific. Their generosity, sharing their materials with us, and engagement with the students was fascinating. It was certainly very interesting for them to see the process firsthand.
All right, so as I mentioned, we try to do between 12 and 15 of those types of projects every semester. And we're always open to bringing in new partners for those experiences. So I'm just gonna make this screen big again. There we go. So as part of this presentation today, what we really wanted to highlight is we do have really strong partnerships with industry. Over the past 10 years, we've had over 1,100 companies come to campus. We host industry day events, usually 4 per year, where students are able to showcase the work that they've done and interact directly with industry to discuss their work, develop as a professional, and also hopefully talk about possibilities for internships and full-time positions. We typically have over 100 companies that come for these various industry days that I'm talking about. in each year over the past 4 years, we've had over 250 new companies coming. And I'll say just currently that we are very fortunate that we have a lot of companies contacting us because they have a lot of open positions that they're looking to fill. So it's been a really great year as far as hiring for both internships and full-time positions. And we've also been able to place over 2,400 students in internships over the past year. And actually that number has probably gone up to about 2,500 given this past year's growth. So some of the resources that our office provides includes the on-campus events, like I just talked about. We also offer professional development workshops throughout the year. And like I mentioned earlier, this includes how to develop a resume and cover letter, tips for networking, tips for interviewing, how to build out your LinkedIn profile, the ways in which you can storytell, how to build a portfolio for design majors, for art majors. So we try to change it up and we try to make it relevant to what the students' needs are. We also offer all of our students a Handshake profile where you can connect virtually with the various jobs that are vetted through my office. So we get employers interested in CCS, they send us their internships, they send us their jobs. We look at them, we make sure they're the right fit for a CCS student, and then they're put into a portal that you have access to the first day of school as a freshman. Like I mentioned, we offer for credit and not for credit internships. We offer one-on-one individual career coaching. We will by fall, we'll have 2 career coaches, one for art majors and one for design majors that'll work directly with students one-on-one to talk through the career mapping that they might want to think about when they're a CCS student. And then we also have a 4-year plan that we share with students their freshman year to help guide them through the process of thinking about life after CCS. So some of those on-campus events, as I mentioned, we have our industry day events, which are amazing. We also bring in professionals to do panel discussions, talking about their own career journeys or talking about future trends that are relevant to our students. We offer students portfolio reviews by industry professionals. So in addition to a company presentation, you might hear from, you can also sign up to participate in portfolio reviews, which I highly recommend. They're super beneficial, not only to get feedback on your portfolio, but also to continue to build your network, which is very important. We work closely with the departments on student exhibitions at galleries. And then we also support departments as far as bringing in professional artists and designers to do visits in the studio and critiques. So here's a partial list of the companies that have visited CCS. This is 2018-19. Reason being, when the pandemic hit, we didn't have as many companies coming to campus, but this past year, we have been very fortunate to have companies back on campus. It has been booming. The students are coming to events and really enjoying them. So I think when you all are back on campus, you'll be able to interact with a lot of the companies that you'll see here. As I mentioned, our virtual career platform is Handshake, and we, as I mentioned, are tailoring every single job that's coming in to make sure that it is valuable for our students. So right now we have, and this number has actually increased, we have over 300 active internships and jobs posted, and we have over 1,000 approved employers to post jobs on our site, and that's growing every day. We just launched this platform in September. So you can see that we've already brought in so many different types of employers and have so many different opportunities to provide our students, which is really amazing. So like I said, when you join CCS, or if you're already an existing student, you already have a profile, and we'll work with you to build out that profile so that you're connected to the relevant jobs in your discipline. We work very closely with our alumni relations office. We find that a lot of our alumni are continually giving back as volunteers. They will connect us to their industry, they'll connect us to their companies, and they will make sure that they are bringing opportunities to CCS students like opportunities were brought to them. So we're very fortunate in being able to have such a wonderful alumni base. So you can see here some of the places that our alumni have gone. And again, the great thing is that they come back and they talk to the students, they do portfolio reviews, they come to industry day and they hire the students, and we're very fortunate for that. And then just a few more. And I just really quickly wanted to highlight some of the places and different types of jobs that our alumni have had over the years. So you can see here Kevin Beasley, who is a fine artist graduate, doing really well. Jenny Risher, who's was a photography major, is an adjunct faculty member, teaches sometimes at CCS. Brad Richards, who's at Harley Davidson. Richard Gressens at Newell Brand. Mary Reed at Kohler. Aston and Gersey, who I remember as students, super passionate, fantastic designers. Valerie Gave is at National Geographic. We've got alumni at Google. Bill Morrison was the executive editor for Mad Magazine. I believe he's gone off to do some of his own work now. Chris Houghton, Big City Greens, still going strong. We have alumni at Pixar and Walt Disney. Jay Schuster, who you can see here was a product design major, but is designing cars. That man. And that is it. So our information for our office is here, and I'd love to just open it up now to questions. I'm going to stop share.
Who do you guys probably do the most work with?
So
That's kind of a broad question.
No. It's a great question. Thank you for asking. I'm just trying to stop and share. So here we go. It depends on the department. So I would say we do a lot of work with the OEMs because they are based locally in Detroit. Oh, go ahead.
You might want to define OEM, Shannon.
Yep. So GM, Ford, and Stellantis. And then some of the supplier companies that support them as well. But we also, that's, transportation design, color materials, they kind of touch all the different disciplines. But in addition to that, we have a lot of partners that support our product design department. So we've worked previously with Nike, Reebok, Kohler. We just finished a project with a group called Whiskers. They were doing pet products. I mean, you name it, we probably have a connection to that company. And then, on the fine art side too, we're really connected with the local animation studios. So we do a lot of projects with them when we can. We're just wide open.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, we really do pride ourselves on our industry relationships, and they're really important to us because they do offer our students an opportunity for professional growth while they're at CCS. And the partners really just so enjoy coming and working directly with students. I mean, they get so much value out of it as well. So it's really like a mutually beneficial partnership that we try to put together with every single one of our partners. Are there any companies that you're particularly interested in working with as a?
So I think my connection's going out.
Oh, no problem. Lucas or Taylor, do you have any questions?
Yeah, am I able to get like any kind of like internship if I'm not like a current student?
You and I can talk offline.
Okay.
I just need to know what your status as a student is. I mean, because you are a student, we could still connect you to Handshake, which is where you can view all the internships.
Yeah, because I've tried to apply before, but I'm not like a current registered student, so I'm not able to actually get anything.
Okay, why don't you, I'm going to put my email in the chat, and then you and I can chat and we can kind of figure out where you're at, what your status is. And then you should be able to still access Handshake.
Yeah. What do you mean my status though?
So are you a current student?
No.
Are
I went
you-
in the fall and I took the winter semester off.
Okay, are you planning to come back? Or?
I'm moving to Atlanta in September.
Okay,
So I'm just looking for stuff like extra work this
got
summer.
it, got it. Yeah, I'm gonna put my email in the chat for you. And then
Okay.
I think you and I should talk. So if you could just send me an email,
Okay.
we can chat more. Because I think you should be able to access Handshake, and that would show you what opportunities exist for summer internships.
Okay.
And then we can also talk to Scott.
Yeah.
Are you looking then for something remote?
Or like any like I'm doing like film stuff, so like any kind of like video stuff.
Okay, cool. Here's my email, and then I'm gonna just take a quick note. I'll reach out to Scott as well, okay?
Okay.
Just please make sure you email me so I have your contact.
Yeah.
Great. Taylor or Allison, do you have other questions?
Just wanted to apologize. My connection went out like halfway through, so I'm so sorry. If you didn't hear anything at the very end of that.
Oh, no, I think you maybe cut out a little bit.
Thank you, by the way, so much.
Oh, gosh, no problem. No, I was wondering if there were particular companies that you were interested in working with as a student. I always like to hear, you know, what incoming students or current students would like to be doing.
Well, I saw that you guys had an affiliation with Stuart Weitzman and then Eileen Fisher and all of that. But I come from an automotive background, so Ford and GM and all of that stuff automatically. Yep. Anyway.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you a fashion major, or will you be transportation design, or what major are you in?
Fashion design right now is what I got in with.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, when I update this presentation, which I will be doing this summer, I will be adding in the Stuart Weitzman video. We just completed a sponsored project with their company last semester in the fall, and it was fantastic. It was such a wonderful experience for the students. We actually went to New York to present the final concepts, and we got to take a tour of Stuart Weitzman and see their showroom and meet with their creative director. And we were also very fortunate. The president of the company happened to be on the floor that day, so he popped in, and the students just had these fantastic results from that project. So I think the video might be live now.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a look. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's probably on the website. I'm not 100% sure, but if you email me, I put my email in the chat.
I'll
send
look
you a
right
link to
now,
the video.
Shannon, while you guys are talking and see if I
Oh,
can
okay,
find it.
cool. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those experiences for our students that I just feel like really gave them a professional advantage, because the end product that they created was a wearable shoe. And it was just, I mean, I was blown away by the results. And then we had a catwalk show in April where a couple of the folks from Stuart Weitzman came, but then the students were able to showcase their final work as part of the catwalk show. So, oh yeah, okay, great.
I just put the link in the chat.
Thank you so much. Yeah, check that out.
Cool.
It's really cool. And that relationship will just continue to grow. And we have conversations happening with a lot of different fashion related industry partners right now. So it's a really great industry to get into, and Aki is amazing. So you're in good hands.
Thank you.
Taylor, do you have any questions?
I don't really have any questions. I was just trying to get a sort of feel for what you guys had.
Okay, great. Well, what can I ask what program you're going into?
Fashion design.
Oh,
That's
great.
what I want to go into.
Well, like I said, you'll be in good hands with Aki, and we're seeing more and more opportunities for students in that program every day. So I'm really happy for both of you. I think you're going to be in a really great department with some really amazing peers, and our goal is to make sure to connect with you early on as a student, to make sure you know of all the resources that we offer in our office and help you kind of map out what your career trajectory looks like and how we can best support you. And as an alumni as well, we help our students up to 2 years after graduation with one-on-one career coaching and career planning. And then after the 2 years, you're still able to access all of the same resources you had as a student as well.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. I think one of the benefits of CCS is that we are a little bit smaller. I don't know compared to the other ACAD schools, but our goal is to really, in our office anyway, is to connect with every single student at some point in their time at CCS. Like I said, our president wants 100% participation in curricular experiential learning, which means at one point or another, you will either participate in a sponsored project with a company like Stuart Weitzman or Eileen Fisher, or you will have a 4-credit internship while you're at CCS. So that is something we're standing by and we hope to achieve in the next couple of years. So Taylor and Allison, I think you'll definitely be a part of that. And Lucas, I hope for you this summer.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Think
Wait,
that's
do you know anybody in Atlanta or Georgia in general?
I'd have to look. We have a database that we use, and we have over 2,000 contacts in that database, and we just updated it so it's all relevant contacts, which is really great. So I will definitely take a look, Lucas.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And again, I'm going to reach out to Scott as well.
Okay.
And I was just gonna say, size-wise, we're kind of in the middle for
Oh, okay. Good to know.
schools. Yep, there's some that are much smaller that only have a couple hundred students. There's some that are a lot bigger than we are that have 5,000 or 6,000, and then you're, talking hundreds of thousands sometimes at
Wow.
some of the state schools. So
I think we're
And
right in the
double.
sweet spot. We have the ability to create relationships with the students to help provide them with a meaningful experience for their
most
yeah.
definitely,
I
definitely.
like
would
that
agree with
about my
that.
job. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of schools over my years. I think, I think it shines well. So
Yeah, I agree.
does anybody have any more questions for Shannon?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting to meet all of you in person when you're on campus. And Lucas, hopefully we'll get to see each other when you're back in Detroit. And if you can, stop by the show. It was amazing. And you have my email address. So anytime
Okay.
you want to email me, please, any of you, feel free to reach out.
Okay. Yeah, I already sent you an email.
Oh, good. Okay, great. I'm gonna get back to you right away.
Okay.
And just as kind of a side note, even after you're a student at CCS, if you're not sure where to go, you can always reach out to your admissions counselor. We're, happy to talk to you, even though it's not necessarily something we can answer. We'll be able to tell you where you need to go. So like if you have an issue or a question or something and you're not sure what office you need to go to, you can always feel free to reach out to the admissions office, either your counselor or just any of us in the admissions office. And we're happy to help. All right, any last questions? I think we've kind of covered it. You guys have Shannon's contact info.
Yes.
So thank
Anytime.
you all very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We will
Thank you.
end it there. So you guys have a great evening and we'll look forward to seeing some of you on campus this fall.
Yay.
Awesome.